Yeah, get out. All right. Well, we welcome back 3Cat Podcast. Skip, Chief Coach. I'm just going straight into it. State of Origin, Game 3. The Blues have gone down. Absolute thriller. The boys were there on the night. I might throw it over to you first because I've got a lot. I've got a little section to get off my chest, but I'll throw it over to you first. Give us your thoughts on the game.
One word. Pathetic. Honestly,
Agreed.
pathetic.
Atrocious. Pathetic.
Disgusting performance.
There's a lot of words. Disgraceful. I
can't fathom how they lost that game. But being there, the atmosphere, so good. I can see why Queensland turned up.
Yeah.
And why, obviously, they're in that mood and why they went at Suncorp so much. Because watching those videos, I was getting goosebumps, and I'm a New South Wales fan. So it's it's quite extraordinary. But pathetic effort from the Blues.
Absolutely pathetic.
They always find a way to lose. All those errors in the second half on their own try line just sealed their fate.
And I had a little note down here. Jerome Luai, what are you up to, brother? Like, seriously, what the fuck are you up to? Excuse my language. What are you up to? He stood over Cobbo, knocked out like he was the man, then he threw up that pathetic piece of shit performance. Pathetic. He should not be in the team. Oh my god, that cutout ball to tell. He's done it again. He's done it again. The old
coach special.
The cutout board to Talakai again. Really? What are we up to? That's Brad Fittler though. I blame Brad Fittler for that one.
We've got that there. Better selections from Freddie. We need better people in there. Props, especially. Jacob Saifidi. I've got it. Saifidi shining light in that.
First half at least.
Team. Shining light, you reckon?
In that first half,
First half, I think. Obviously, there you got the consistent performers like Teddy, and one that was getting absolutely bashed. Tupou. He tried his hard out. He dropped the ball like once.
He did let Queensland back into the game. I don't. Other than Saifidi's first run when he ran over the top of a tied four.
Yeah.
What else?
The try as well.
He scored a try.
Yeah. Fuck.
But other than that, what else did he offer?
Like aggressiveness.
Did he though?
Off the bench. Yeah, I reckon he did. My point of view.
Yeah, he ran the ball pretty well too. Like every other time, obviously he wasn't running people over.
Front, but like,
so just
that,
would you pick him again?
Yeah,
you would.
Depends, because it depends really on form. Well, they don't pick on form, so he probably.
No, they just pick on who was in the team last week.
But I wouldn't mind having him back in there.
You wouldn't, yeah. Fair enough. That's your opinion.
He's a front row. He's a front rower. I think we need more front rowers. He's been picking second rowers for some reason all series. When our second rowers can play 80 minutes and he's picking Liam Martin and fucking...
How did he go? I didn't keep an eye on him. How did he go?
It's kind of hard because they didn't really do much. No one did from that team.
There's some guys, like I've said all podcasts, everyone was spoken about Origin, that Jerome Luai should not be in that side.
Pathetic.
And you finally realise that.
Pathetic.
He does not get involved enough.
No.
He did nothing. Not one thing. And I think because he realised what he did and he was kind of sacking his nuts to run the ball because he would have got drilled. Absolutely pathetic. Did not one thing. If you've seen something, did he do anything at all?
No, just made errors the entire...
And he nearly fumbled that try.
Yeah,
the thing that I get frustrated with is New South Wales lost that game, and the guy who gets pinned for it is Cleary.
I was going to say that he played pretty well.
Got dragged through the mud. And
he run the ball really well too.
His forward pack did not. His forward pack struggled.
Yeah.
His outside backs did, other than Tupou and Tedesco, To'o was average.
Crichton sucked.
Crichton honked.
He's a honk.
He's thick.
He's never in there again.
He shouldn't be picked again. Talakai when he come onto the field was disgraceful. But they're talking about Luai, about Cleary and how poorly he performed. And
I thought he played really well.
Luai doesn't kick the ball.
Luai doesn't. Not once. The only other person that kicks the ball was Matt Burton.
And it's just a throw it up in the air and
bomb.
Yeah. And hope they drop it.
He's the only one that actually provides some form of different kicking style.
Because he was getting beaten the whole, like, he was getting bashed the whole game, and he was still running the ball pretty well, I thought. and the kicks under pressure weren't
That bad.
for how much pressure they were, like to get make it through how many sets of 10 meters the whole set, and then hurry up, kick it, save us.
Yeah.
I thought he kicked pretty well,
Yeah.
but and he would have been gassed. Like he was running the ball real well, but
Also, it would have had way like a good chance that they let go because Apsai Coruscant decided to be offside that one kick where he bent it around to the post.
that was a fire kick though. I love Cleary's kicks like that.
The bend round.
The bend round down the try line, but
It would have been a double knock on.
It would have been.
It still would have been, but it
Still would have been New South Wales ball.
There's, like, I think you had in there Fittler's selection, and we spoke about it last week, about him making changes when they lose, but when they win, he just sticks with the same team. I can't. It's so bad because if you look at the players that are playing well, like Regan Campbell-Gillard, I said last week, I don't know how he doesn't make the side. But
I don't know if it's true, right? But I heard rumours. I heard the Penrith thing.
it's
That's
got
rumours.
nothing to do with it.
I don't think so either. I don't think Brad Fittler
I think he
cares.
just sucks off Penrith so much. Get some of them out of there.
But like, I look at it, and the times when Penrith lose is when they get bashed.
What do you mean?
When their middles get bashed.
Penrith-
When
Penrith
they
lose
don't
games.
have momentum going forward, they can't win. They don't win. If you get on, like Parramatta prime example, earlier this season went to Penrith and put on a clinical performance, but purely just based on power. They picked a forward pack that was going to match Penrith,
So you just go through.
and they picked a bench that was going to come on and do a job as well. And they went out to Penrith and they ended up winning, and they won quite comfortably. The score might have shown it in the end, but they
were
dominated the game.
and they dominated the whole game. Never looked like losing. And it was the same in Origin 1, right? All these Penrith players, and what happens when they start to get bashed? They don't know what to do.
Yeah,
they don't know
They
what
disappear.
to do. Origin 2, free flying open game. Who stands up? It's
Yeah.
the Penrith boys.
Yeah.
They're going really well. But then Origin 3 in a decider where,
They just crumbled
You need-
and just absolutely disappeared because
need to be-
Queensland turned it on.
but you need to, and you need to be
variety.
physical. You need to be physical in Origin. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Origin games are won through the middle. They're not won on your flashy plays. So for Fittler to go and pick
Flashy players.
like players that are playing well for club, that like Stephen Crichton does nothing at Penrith other than catch the ball and score. He might have an odd game where he's a shining light and he does
Not
something
really,
freakish,
yeah.
but it's very rarely.
Yeah.
It's Cleary and Isaiah Yeo that have and James Fisher-Harris that have that side going as well as it is. It's not Luai and Crichton, and Tor runs the ball well from his back end, but he's not. Like, for me, these guys are all saying, and you've probably heard it as well, but they want to go play for Samoa at the end of the year. I would not pick all of them. I would not pick them again.
Get out!
I would not pick them again. Because
Oh
there's
my
guys
God.
in there that would die for that. Like, Jack Bird, you
He
put him in that
loves
New
that
South Wales
squad.
side, he would fucking die for that jersey.
Yeah. Running a brick wall.
Yeah, he would. And like Nico Hines,
Another one.
he'd play also.
Get him in there.
Matt Burton's holds his spot. Jack Whiten would do
I was
anything for that
that's my
jersey.
guy. Where is Whiten? Why is Talakai even in there? Right. Obviously, as you said, they pick. Fittler picks on if they win, they don't change the thing. But he wasn't in the game 2 because he was COVID. So, but he played unreal in game 1. So I don't get
Like pretty much.
what's
man of
the
match.
oh my god, what's the thought there? I
He's
don't
got
get
to
it.
next year.
It's
There's
gotta-
got to
it's
be
gotta
like
change.
Luai's got to go, Tortor's got to go, Crichton's got to go, Talakai can go.
Luai. Do you say Luai?
Yeah, Luai said
Martin.
Luai.
Get out.
Liam Martin, he'd probably get picked again.
But on the bench.
But
Not even just get out, please.
or who do you pick ahead of him? Who's the back?
Kolomatangi.
Again, he's
He's meh.
And what isn't he?
And,
Is he
and,
Tongan
and,
or
and,
what?
and
I'd go
you
like-
can't pick Bradley either, even if you wanted to, because now he looks like he's
played for
declared for
allegiance to
England.
England, so
England, which is he's already played for Blues.
no, he hasn't.
He's been picked in extended squad, but he hasn't actually been.
Okay.
Like these guys have all to go. Addo-Carr's got to come back. Latrell's
I was gonna
got
say there needs to be a serious change in the culture. I'm sick of it. It's pathetic. Queensland have this culture behind them, right? And I think a big part of our culture was guys like Latrell and Addo-Carr who
Bring that energy.
and actually give a shit.
Yeah.
And it will actually
Don't care what.
and
what
like not. I'm not trying to say like scrap the Queenslanders, but we'll stand up and have a crack.
Yeah.
Not, oh my
You
god.
look at those series where the first team that got picked from Freddie, Latrell and all those guys, they actually dominated Will Chambers in that.
Obviously,
Yeah, fair
Latrell
enough,
was
they're
injured
older.
as well the first game, and I don't know his eligibility.
Just
for the
speaking
second
on
game.
culture, I read an article earlier this week. I said to skip, but I thought I'd leave it for you for the podcast just to see your reaction. Ben Elias went into the sheds. He's a New South Wales great. Players were apologising to him, and he said, what are you being sorry for? Whoop-de-doo, they beat us. Be proud of what you've done and remember this feeling in 12 months' time. What do you mean, whoop-de-doo?
Oh my god.
You've been beaten all ends up. Why whoop-de-doo? What are you being proud for?
And
You
what
lost.
he's saying sorry for as well, like.
There needs to be a massive change in what New South Wales do. I heard Joey Johns speak, obviously.
I did.
The game,
Did you hear that too?
After the game, but he sounded like he was going to cry.
Yeah.
And he said like that jersey means so much to him. To him,
But I disagree. He was saying like to him in his area, but I think.
I think now it's like Paul Kent said on NRL 360 that Tom Dearden when Billy Slater went to his door and said, "You're playing for Queensland, you'll be our six." He almost started crying.
Exactly. So I think right now,
his response is, "I won't let Queensland."
yeah,
down."
the Queensland jersey does mean more than the Blues jersey. It does.
But then you've got guys like, that's what I'm saying. And then he said you've got guys like Luai and To'o who can't wait to play for Samoa.
Yeah, their
So
thoughts are.
it's not a
It's not
jersey
every
that means that I'll do everything I can for this jersey. It's a jersey that they get and go, whoa, yes, I'm in New South Wales.
That's a whole other thing.
It's a whole different,
with
beast.
the eligibility of players too.
But that's
why
why I
for different
think-
countries can they then play the Australian? Isn't it the origin really like to see the best Australian players who's going to be then play for Australia? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but, so these guys are probably born in Australia.
yeah, born and
They're
raised.
born in Australia and raised in Australia, and they're playing for their parents, like Samoa.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So they can be selected because of that. But at the same
what-
time, if you're saying I want to be playing for Samoa, then cool, go play for Samoa.
Don't-
but
and
you
then-
will not be representing
Yeah.
New South Wales or Queensland. See, the difference is the guys that are playing for New South Wales that can play for Samoa and Tonga, they want to go and represent those sides.
Yeah.
Josh Papali'i, even though we've spoken about him, he wants to represent the Maroons. Tina Fasua-Malawi, he's Samoan. He wants to represent the Maroons. Like, these guys all could go and play for their second-tier nations, for their mum, for their dad, but they want to play for that
They wanna
Maroon
be
jersey.
there.
They don't. It's not like playing for Samoa and Tonga. It's not as much for them. They want to play and they want to bleed and die for that jersey, and it's not the same. Like, it is definitely not
It's
the
not,
same.
the I don't know the numbers off my head, but the numbers speak for themselves in when Queensland play at home. When they play at Suncorp, they step up for their fans. New South Wales always loses at ANZ. It's just it's not the same,
But
and I wish it was.
I said to T, we were sitting there before the game, and something came on the screen, and it was just a guy reading. wasn't a poem, but it was rhyming, and I said to Tian, I looked at him at the start, and I said, "This sucks," and then it kept going, and I looked at him, and I said, "I'm starting to get goosebumps," and he said, "So am I." I said, "I hope they're not playing that in the shed for the if they're playing that in the shed while the guys are."
Was it to get the fans?
Yeah,
Right
it was, and the players. I said, and it was showing highlights from Wally Lewis and Alfie Langer and all those guys that come through, and Arthur Beats and Cameron Smith and Thurston. And I said to Tana, if they're playing that in the sheds right now, these dudes are going to be absolutely firing when they come out. Like, they're going to be ready to go.
Similar to a haka.
Pretty
much.
And no shit, they come out and it was like,
it was gone.
And you look like it's game over. But
The first half was alright from the Blues, I think.
But
Parts.
you just had
Parts
the.
of it,
I kept saying the longer this goes, like, even if
Queensland
no one's
know how to
scoring,
win
the
from a
longer it
grind.
goes, they will win the game because they know how.
Yeah.
Like, the Blues will find a way to lose because that's what they've always done.
Every
they find a way
time,
to
and
lose.
I've been saying it all week to the boys at work. They're telling me, nah, Munster's out. Doesn't matter.
That's where
not
Queensland
matter.
wanted to be, right?
Does not matter
Backs
at
against
all.
the wall.
I love
Everyone counting us out.
That's where they're comfortable.
Like,
And that's when New South Wales suck. Sick of it.
I'll put money that when as soon as Munster went down, they would have went to their room isolated, and once they had that next training session, they would have sat
That
down
would have been on.
and they would have been saying, "We're going to win this game." Everyone is counting us out. Let's win. We are going to win this game.
I just wish I could put my finger on what it actually is that makes them so good. They could pick anyone. Anyone they could pick.
Well, this is what I think. New South Wales are a much more talented side.
Yeah, that's what does my head in.
But Queensland have 13, 14 guys who will go out there and do their job. And that is it. They will do their job to a T, and they will execute. It's like Melbourne Storm, right? They're like the Melbourne Storm.
Yeah.
Melbourne Storm have about 13 or 14 guys that are just solid, really solid players that will do their job. You know what you're going to get for them every week.
Yeah.
And then you put a couple of stars around them, and you go, you are the guy.
Melbourne have pretty much always been stacked as hell, though. Like that video I sent you the other day. I didn't realise Tino had played for them. That whole side.
But if you look at that, and you say they're stacked, how many guys are in that side that you think are genuine superstars?
Like, not superstars, no.
And that's what I mean. So they've had Cameron Smith, Billy Slater, Cooper Cronk. They had GI for a few years.
Yeah.
But other than that, who else did they have around them?
They just fill in.
Like
solid fill-ins though.
Solid.
Like you look at that 2020 side that you sent me, and you said they are stacked. Yeah, all of them are good players now.
Yeah, true.
But Josh Adokar played a handful of first grade games for the Tigers.
Yeah.
Suliasi Vunivalu came through their 20 system, didn't know who he was.
Who made his debut for the Wallabies on the weekend? Off the old bencher.
So he came into the side and as a youngster and hadn't played first grade. Ryan Pappenhausen was playing Queensland Cup for Sunshine Coast.
Wasn't that his
crazy.
first full season?
Jerome Hughes was playing Queensland Cup for God knows how long before he got into the Storm.
Yeah.
Like all these guys that they've brought through,
they've just plucked out of nowhere.
And they've got a real knack for identifying, and I think it's got a lot to do with Craig Bellamy, but Frank Panisi, their general manager or CEO of the club, knows what he's looking for, and he'll go and get it every time.
And he's really good at it,
obviously. They won't get a player unless they're 100% certain. Like they must watch a lot of kids, and they never seem to get the wrong kid, or they pick the right people every single time. And I think it's like to have Billy Slater, Cameron Smith in that Queensland camp. We're going back to Queensland, the Queensland stuff. Like to have them in there, they know what they want to do, and they know how to get their players to do it. Like it's
and
been
they were really the ones that kind of put the legacy behind the jersey.
Yeah.
Because I think New South Wales were pretty. I don't even remember. That's how long ago we're going back. But I don't even remember. I think New South Wales maybe even won a few in a row. But to have the guys that put the legacy behind the jersey in the sheds, in the camp,
to know what it's about,
it's unfair. It's unfair.
But
they've got to go.
But if you look at it, look at it like this, like Origin, right? There's playing footy, and then just being passionate.
Yeah.
And whoever's more passionate seems to win every time. It's not about playing footy.
Yeah.
Origin's not about playing footy.
It's about who having a crack.
Yeah, who's going to show up and who's going to play for the jersey, and 99% of the time it's the Queensland guys.
Yeah.
Ben Hunt, Kalen Ponga were incredible.
Unreal.
Were outstanding.
Kalen Ponga every single. I did not see him run once. I didn't watch the whole game. I missed about 10 minutes of it. But every single run I seen, he was centimetres from breaking the line. Yeah. Every single time. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ben Hunt's effort around the middle, like he started at 9, moved to 13.
Yeah. Went
back
to 9,
didn't
he?
Yeah, he went off and had a bit of. I think he had
a spell,
quick break, and then he come back on. Harry Grant went off. He was incredible. One guy that I don't even know if you picked up on it watching the game, but I said to coach during the game. He turned to me and said, "What's Jeremiah Nanai done?" He thought he was on the other side. It was actually Tom Gilbert, but he was incredible starting. Like that first half, I think he put Gagai away first, and then no, it wouldn't have been Catewell. It was Catewell away.
Yeah.
And then who gave it to Gagai, and he come back in. Then a couple of sets later, he got the ball again, broke the line, bit of an offload to Capewell, and he ended up kicking for himself. I don't know why he did that.
Lazy chip and chase.
He thought he was going to beat Tedesco.
He was going to beat Tedesco, which was never going to happen.
But starting, I thought he did a really, really good job, and it doesn't hurt.
Because he warmed up to the game.
Get him starting next year. Like we said earlier in the thing, I don't know why he keeps getting selected. And I'll stick by that if you're going to select him on the bench, because it's too hard to come on in the back row and play.
Get
Like,
warmed up to the
warmed up the game. Like, you have to be ready to go, and being out on an edge, you don't really get that opportunity. So I think he needs to start next year, moving forward. Pat Carrigan is the next captain of Queensland. I don't care what
Captain?
you say. He's the next captain.
Oh
of
my
Queensland.
god!
He is so
When
passionate.
Cherry Evans is done, he is the guy that captain.
Straight after Cherry Evans, so no one even in between.
No.
Because Cherry Evans, how long's he got left? Not long. You wouldn't have
He's
long left.
32.
Well, he's got a
Oh,
few years left in him.
at least
He wouldn't have-
2 or 3.
Yeah, he wouldn't have too many more, but Pat Carrigan is your next
That
captain.
next guy.
His chat
It
is unreal.
does not matter. who
I've
is
seen
in
that
side.
mic'd up
Yeah, his chat
for the
is
Broncos though.
yeah.
Was it? Yeah,
But
yeah.
he leads, like, he's obviously a really good talker. We've seen the mic'd up stuff. He's a really good talker and he gets his point across quite clearly. But his actions when he's on the field, like he's a
runs so
machine.
hard. And he doesn't stop.
2 games off the bench, he starts one game and he plays nearly. He played
What
nearly
game did he
80
miss?
minutes. They played 2 games
Like
off the
2
bench,
games off
And
the
then he
bench.
started the
Started
last
this
game.
one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
and he wins man of the series.
Off the bench, pretty much.
Like he,
Off the bench.
Skip-esque.
Yeah, that's Skip S. That reminds me of a young Skip. Real ones know. Lazy little Redcliffe Dolphin just jamming around off the bench. Oh my god, unreal performance.
But, like, the amount of work he did through the middle for Queensland was unreal. Like, they used 1 interchange in the first half, I think Billy Slater said. Like, other than the 2 force ones that they had with Cobbo and Collins, they only used 1 interchange, and it was Harry Grant to come on.
Oh, and
Like,
you're saying that
Yeah.
New South Wales, Queensland still won after getting 2 players knocked out. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke.
so
I
there's a point
cannot
in the
believe
first
it.
half when the second try that New South Wales scored to go 12-6 up.
Yeah.
And I said to Skip, coach at the time, not Skip. No, I'm Skip. I said to coach at the time, they need to get Cook on now because they look tired through the middle. Queensland were gassed.
Queensland looked tired.
They
Yeah.
look tired. That is a perfect time to bring Cook on, and they left him until Queensland got all the momentum back.
And then they put him on. Talakai.
Like,
Field.
there's just little things that,
Coaching things.
yeah, little awareness pieces and being aware of what's happening during the game and having a look. Like, Fittler should be aware, like, these guys are about, like, they were about to crack.
Queensland.
Let's get
It looked
Cookie on
like it,
now.
honestly.
Well, after that try, they went the whole field and got a repeat set.
Yeah.
But
Perfect.
Cook needed to go on then. Like, I don't know what you're saving your interchanges for. Like, you could have put the game away right then and there. You wouldn't need the interchanges. You could have put another couple of tries on, but instead you didn't. And then Tupou makes an error that he probably shouldn't have made, but he made it. And Queensland score off the back of it, and from there on, they got the momentum. But
Yeah, and
Coming
that
out-
was huge on the stroke of half time.
Coming
Did
out-
they end up going up by 2 points
No,
or down by
they
2
were
points?
down by 2.
Going in the sheds, Queensland would have had all the confidence after
Yeah.
scoring that try.
But they came out the first set after the break. They go 100 metres and get a repeat set. Ponga breaks the line, and they end
the
up
easiest breakthrough either.
What are you doing? You've just come out of half time. What, like,
You can't be that
What was your
tired.
half time chat about?
Yeah, what is Fittler saying?
Like, how
Do we look at Fittler getting the flick? But who would you put in there?
I don't think he gets a flick,
But you need to.
but they need to start picking guys. Like, stop picking all the Penrith players. It's not a, like, and we said it. I think I said it on our first episode. They picked them in game 1, and they got beat because of it. Like, Penrith, like I said it again, the Penrith guys, when they get put under pressure, they don't handle it well because they're hardly ever under pressure.
Yeah.
So when they are, but, like, you've got to pick the best players available in the best position for your state. You're not playing against
Yeah,
NRL
exactly.
sides now.
Yeah, yeah.
You're New South Wales. You pick your best starting 13 and your best players to come off the bench to
Who would
play
you
the best
ever-
players for Queensland. Like, you can't pick half of Penrith and expect them to be Penrith chemistry, like, or the same same outcome because Penrith are so good at what they do.
And then if you're picking pretty much a full, like just one team, wouldn't that be like that? That's not representative footy. Like
Yeah,
that's NRL level footy. That's not rep
But
level.
then you also can look at how other teams in the NRL beat them and
Yeah.
just go off that game plan and
Yeah.
beat them. Like, it's
Yeah.
not hard.
Yeah, there's no, and like they could talk about like these guys are here for a reason, and they're the best players.
They are good, but
They are good.
Yeah,
but they,
yeah.
like like for me, Luai hasn't been great.
No, he sucks.
I'll go as far to say, and this you may find this controversial. Matt Moylan has had a better season than Jerome Luai.
I 100% agree.
Like, I'm not saying he should be picked for New South Wales, but he has had a better season than what Jerome Luai has.
He's done way more than Luai.
Luai gets picked because of Nathan Cleary and Isaiah Yeo. And Viliami Kikau, because of what Viliami Kikau brings for Penrith on the edge of the field. If you put, you'll see next year, Kikau's gone.
You take out Kikau, what do you do?
Who are you going to put on that edge that they're not going to have the same impact as what... And it's the same for Luai in Origin. He doesn't have Kikau there.
Exactly,
so what does he do?
Yeah.
He doesn't want the ball because he only ever wants the ball on his edge at Penrith because of Kikau. And it is so obvious. There's got to be I don't know if, like...
Who takes Luai's job then?
I've said Hines, but I honestly couldn't care if it was Hines, Whiten or Burton.
Depends.
Burton as well.
Pick whoever you want at 6.
Yeah.
Because at least going to offer you something. They're all big bodies, all run the ball, all kick well. They offer you another...
Yeah, they're offering more than Luai.
You need a second kicker. You can't be all on Cleary.
And it showed because he got drilled every time.
Well, it's not even about that. For Queensland, look up. Where's Cleary? That's where the ball's going.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It's not even. They don't even have to think.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
As soon as you start seeing them start moving behind the defensive line, behind the attack, okay, the ball's going there. If he starts roaming back to the right, the ball's going there. You don't have to worry about Luai because he's not going to take the ball.
Yeah.
Burton kicked about 2 or 3 times in that game. Luai kicked once. 4
Are you
times.
serious? The centre kicked more than... Oh my god.
Not even about
one
that. Attacking the line.
It's all
Wherever Cleary is, that's
run
where the
through
ball's
him.
going. Like he doesn't offer anything. He needs to piss off. Like he needs to go because he's terrible.
Yeah.
Cleary and pizza.
Cleary.
Cleary needs to go, and I've been saying that.
I'm sitting there thinking it's Cleary. That's like the old Japan one last week.
Yeah.
Tossed up.
I've also seen some bloke in about Dean Kemp saying that Teddy performed obviously unreal again.
Yeah.
I
thought you were about to drag him now.
No.
Yeah.
But
he
he said it's a thing where he's up there with the greats now of fullbacks because he just when it doesn't matter who like the form of his team or his state, he is always unreal.
And to play like that under that pressure as well was insane.
But he's a guy. See, he's a guy that will do anything for that jersey.
Yeah, facts. He's like one of them. And I feel like Cleary's up there. He just had a rough night. The Queensland
But
were
again,
over it.
we bring Cleary into it like it's his fault. But there's so many other pieces like
that are
as a halfback. Like I can understand why he gets the criticism he does because ideally you're the one that's judged whether you win or lose. You're the one that get the praise. You're the one that gets the criticism.
Yeah.
But at the
he's
same
the
time,
GOAT game too. Greatest player of all time game too.
He was, but why was he? Because they're forwards did a job.
Yeah.
They're forwards did a job, and he could do what he can do.
Jake's Ferrari's played pretty well as well.
He always does.
Yeah.
Like there's so many like
what forwards played useless? Do you reckon? Because we talk a lot about the forwards, but we haven't actually thrown anyone under the bus.
Martin
did nothing.
Fucking nothing.
Who was the other back row? Cam Murray got knocked out.
Murray got knocked out. So he's
Useless.
He did nothing.
He is not getting selected next year.
He did nothing.
Angus Crichton didn't really
provide anything.
Isaiah Yo's type of play does not suit Origin.
No.
Yeah.
Like he
again
suits Penrith.
Suits Penrith.
All good.
Suits Penrith, but doesn't suit Origin.
Yeah.
Trbojevic was good. Talakai was average. He was shit.
Yeah.
He wasn't
Horrible.
average, he was terrible.
Pathetic. Horrible. Disgraceful. Disgusting. He shouldn't be in there. Where's Whiten?
Junior Paulo tried hard, but I didn't think he was great. Who else do they have? So Feedy, like I said, his first run and other than his try offered.
So GOAT.
So
we're
offered.
What was that from that? The man that should have been the man of the series.
Yeah.
Robbed. #robbed. So Fiddy robbed.
And who even else was there?
No one, because they had Cook and you said Talakai.
Yeah. So.
But I'm just.
What changes do you make to the pack though?
Shit.
Finucane?
I don't know why
he
he wasn't in there. He kept getting moved out. He should have just been shoved in there.
Finucane should have been there. Campbell
Gillard.
Gillard should be there.
Oh, we missed McLean. That's why we lost.
Oh.
There we go. Write that down. McLean.
Jordan McLean.
I was actually
McLean.
my point that I was bringing up is where do you rank Teddy all-time fullbacks?
All-time fullback.
Surely slotting behind Slater because I can't think of anyone.
Second.
Yeah.
Who would you have?
Who else?
Because
Who
I
else?
see.
If you're picking a team,
I was reading.
It depends.
Comments.
It depends what you're picking the team on. If you're picking a team and you want a fullback that runs the ball, then yeah, Teddy is up there. But if you're picking a team,
I'm just saying all-time fullbacks. I'm not trying to pick a team. I'm just saying where do you rank him all-time fullbacks all time? Because I've seen a couple comments and some people say Teddy isn't up there yet. He's behind for me, behind Slater.
how many rings has he got? Has he got 2 rings?
I think it's fair. He's behind Slater for me, but he said some other one said behind Greg Inglis.
Oh, all time though, he's more of a centre, I think,
yeah,
or a winger.
yeah, I'd have him as a centre. But like, if we're looking at it, like I don't look at all-time players based off how many rings they won
No,
because
it's
it
pointless.
means it depends what team you're in. Like Billy Slater, if we judge them just on being the best fullback because Melbourne Storm won the most premierships, like is that fair on somebody else that had a lesser team but performed
Look at the
unreal?
impact, yeah.
So like if I look at it like that, Teddy's probably he'd probably be in my top 5.
Fullbacks.
Yeah,
Who would you have ahead of him other than Slater?
Brett Stewart.
Brett Stewart was unreal.
Stewie.
Brett Stewart was an incredible fullback. Like some of the things he could do was like insane.
Surely.
If we talking about like,
Oh, Hayne.
I was about to. That's who I was
Hayne.
about. Jared Hayne.
Yes, Hayne. Actually, no. I'd probably put Hayne again. He played centre
But
as well.
it's a bit of a hard one because he
The
can play
impact
other
he had-
positions. But the
09
season, like,
Exactly.
but he didn't have that brilliance
For consistently.
But he was an incredible fullback.
Yeah.
And I still think like he'd be up there. I don't know if I'd have him over Tedesco because Tedesco is so good.
And then I'll Turbs as well. Turbo.
Nah,
not yet.
different kind of fullback, and I think he's injured
not-
too much
Yeah.
at the moment to be classed as a all-time, like one of the best all-time fullbacks.
Missed him as well in the Blues.
Surely
Sure.
Wade McKinnon gets a run at top 5 fullbacks.
Wade McKinnon, yes, and Clinton Shavosky. Oh, what a
Yeah.
pack!
Shevkovsky. Wow, hey.
I do think like Anthony Minicello.
Oh, Minticello and
Minty-
Mark.
good
I reckon
fullback.
Mark.
Actually, yeah.
Mark Minicello.
He's
best
definitely
fullback.
one of the top 5
Minicello
fullbacks.
is a great fullback.
He was he was pretty influential.
But yeah, surely we get old Turbs back next year. But again, I swear it doesn't matter who New South Wales have on paper. Like, bring Turbo back, Addo Carr back, Latrell Mitchell back.
I think they
Surely-
do make a big difference.
Surely Pappenhausen gets a bloody run.
He's always
Come
injured.
on, I know.
But
around
where do
Origin
you
time.
pick him? No, but even if he's healthy, where do you pick him?
14?
Do you?
It depends who they've got though, because if they're playing Appy, Damien Cook role, you don't pick him.
But it's a thing, right? We talk about the Queensland guys, and they always pick.
They pick people in position.
They never did when Cameron Smith was there, but they picked. Oh yes, they did actually. They picked Ben Hunt and Cherry Evans, and they come on and played 13. But they're bigger bodies, and Pappenhausen, if he went on and played 13, I think
Yeah, no.
it could go one of two ways. Like you'd have to.
Maybe
you'd
when
have
they're
to-
tired, you could run around them or something like that. But
Yeah, you'd have to insert him at the right time,
Pause.
but also
Sorry about that one.
yeah,
Sorry
you'd
about that
have
one.
to you'd have to put him on at the right time because like the Cook thing, right? They had a chance.
So I need to get
Oh, even a classic.
I need to get over it.
Yeah.
Oh, I've let a few tears off here. Hang on, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
If they
We're
had-
inserting something, go.
Oh.
No way.
What a pack.
They had a chance to win with Cook, but you imagine if that was Pappenhausen, they did the same thing. They're just setting him up to fail and like
Yeah, chucking him too late when
Yeah.
when under pressure as well.
yeah, under pressure. Like
But he's always
Yeah.
injured anyway, so...
Yeah, but even if he was right, I don't know where
I
he
don't-
fits
yeah.
into that side because you don't move Tedesco for anybody.
I've got a raging hot question.
Yep.
Should Tino have been sent off for that, not for the headlock, that's next, for the old connection with the head and that.
Nah, because Burton actually didn't go off. I could understand if Burton went off.
Knocked out.
Yeah.
Because
They already got it was already on a report and penalty for it. If you're sending guys off for that, it's like, where do you draw the line?
I think it's a hard one to send off because of where he is.
He was falling too, so it's kind of
it's like he wasn't. And the hardest thing I think is to adjudicate on is where they are. And like, I don't agree with someone being sin-binned if they're hitting someone here and that's a head line.
true.
Like, so you've got to look at, like, if he was standing upright and he did the same thing, 100%, he'd probably get sent off. But to do it, and especially, like...
And obviously it looks worse in slow-mo, right?
Yeah, it does. Like, I think penalty and on report is fair enough.
Now, next one. What about the ripping his head down and then putting him in a headlock? That
I don't agree with it.
That's not very safe, I don't believe.
I don't agree with the headlock, but at the same time, I think he actually helped Burton. Like,
He was
Burton
getting
couldn't throw
pumped.
punches, but he was getting pumped.
No, I don't think he was helping. He helped him at all. I thought he made it harder for Burton. Like
Made it hard for Burton to throw them, but
Yeah.
if just say for example, he stayed out of it, right? Burton didn't land any.
before,
Gagai had
but
already-
he only had time to swing one.
No,
Maybe
there was
two?
more swings before.
Was it?
Yeah.
He had about 3 or 4 goes at it, and he missed every one.
Okay.
He did not connect, and like for me, if he like what he did stopped like Gagai. Gagai was still throwing them, but he wasn't hitting them because
Yeah.
Tino had obviously pulled him, and I don't agree with the headlock. Like you could have just
And the way he ripped his head down as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
like,
and then headlocked him and thing. I don't agree with
what?
that. And
How
I
do
think
you not get sent off for that? That's
I think
insane.
I think
That
he
is
should have been.
insane.
I think he should have been sent to the sin bin, but at the same time, like I think he did help Burton because Burton was getting
Burton was
pumped.
getting
Yeah.
rolled.
I got home and I said to Reese, I'll put money on it that George Rose, you know who George Rose is?
Yeah. Georgie Rose.
So he's got his own boxing, no limit boxing, and they throw events. So I said, I'll put money on
He's
it.
going to throw out a bit of a social media thing saying get the...
I'll put money on it that he offers him at the end of the year to finish it off, like have
Yeah.
a boxing. And the next day, Reese came out and said,
He did.
you wouldn't believe it, George Rose has said,
Yeah.
thank Gagai and Matt Burton
Oh my
like,
God.
to finish it off. But
With Gagai, where was that energy with Latrell?
it was on opposite sides of the field, and I think he's always been, and this is one that I couldn't understand. Forget the Latrell stuff. Like he was obviously, I don't know if you've seen the photo, but when Cobber got knocked out and Luai stood over top of him, he actually protected him.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
But there's so many things that Luai did throughout the game. Why didn't you go and snot him?
What do you mean?
Why didn't you go up and flog him? Like,
Who, Gagai?
Yeah.
yeah, why didn't you go and do it to him?
Like when, like just in the game in general.
Not just saying walk up to him and start smashing him,
But like
when he
in
did
all the
something,
biffs.
Why was it that like, and this is only like Burton run into the, and I don't think it was intentional. He ran into the back of Ponga, and you took
Yeah,
offence to that so much that you pushed him to the floor, and he come back at you. So then you just started
Yeah,
swinging.
true.
Like,
that does. I understand what you're saying. When
I think about it, I think he knew he was going to win that fight, so that's why he picked that fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's a kid.
Not saying that Luai would have beat him, but he didn't want to risk it. You know what I mean? Like he didn't want. Like he's saying it's Origin. I'm stick up for my mates, and you did.
Yeah.
But why don't you do that every time? Then?
But
No matter
Ponga
who
wasn't.
it
It was a. It looked like a bit of a mix-up.
Yeah, it was a
I couldn't.
mix-up.
Obviously, I wasn't there. I didn't really see it on camera. I wasn't very good, but it looked like a bit of a mix-up. Ponga stepped some way, and Burton they fell over. Keep it going. It's not like Burton didn't like stand over him or keep it going. Like, he just kept trying to go.
he was just running back, and Ponga got up and went to go one way, and he ran into the back of him, and he obviously pushed him over. And then he kept running, and Gagai come and shoved him over from the side. Like it was shit. Like you're saying it's Origin, but
Yeah, that which is
if,
good.
If that's your
the wrong
take on
time.
it, then do it every single time. Don't be a cat, and just
Yeah,
do it when you
absolute
think
kid.
you're going to win a fight. Like
Because I guarantee he's not pulling that against Latrell next year.
I put money on it. If that was Latrell, he doesn't do a thing.
Yeah, he'll actually go up and apologise.
Yeah.
He'll say
You
go
know-
and apologise to Latrell.
Yo, mean hit.
Yeah, what a hit, and then.
Yeah.
Brother boy. Let's go.
But yeah, because it's the old white guy with the headgear.
Yeah, and then just put one right on his chin.
Like, he did
Bang.
not deserve one on the chin for that. Are you kidding me?
And split him straight away.
Oh
with
my
bleeding from
God.
the mouth. So
And then, do you think Burton should have been sent off?
Oh, he threw a punch.
he threw a punch. You throw a punch, you go. Like that's the rules. I don't think it's fair, but at the same time, like you're going to defend yourself. So you like, I'm not saying you should have just stood there and copped it.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
You pretty much
it's like-
did.
Yeah, like, but at the same time, like you throw. a
But
punch,
you
you've
got to look at it like he's the one who got attacked, kind of thing. So it's, I thought Tino was going to get sent off for sure. When
No,
that
I think
happened.
he should have. Like, he should have been.
But that was
Easy.
pretty poor officiating, and Tino, just an all-round grub.
Well, even there's a 5 in the bin. Utilise that for Tino.
Is
If
there?
you don't, yeah.
Is he?
What's that for?
Isn't there a 5? I'm pretty sure there's a 5 in the bin.
Never heard of 5.
Well, I don't know. Well,
I've
I've only
heard
just-
it being tossed up as a thing, but I haven't actually heard.
I've
of
only
it
just
Pretty
heard
sure
of
it was-
20 in the bin for rugby union last week. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I'm pretty sure there is.
being. You might have to
That's
check.
that's
that
the
out,
next.
yeah.
That's the next week.
Next week's what's that?
Extravaganza.
Coaches
Yeah.
facts. Coaches
Coaches facts.
follow-ups.
Yeah. Well, I've
Because
had a follow up
we're
before.
throwing
We're
throwing out things.
Yeah, he's got something to follow up with.
But yeah, Tino's an absolute grub. Holy hell! Like small little things. I think he was all over Burton too. Like he was ripping the shit out of Burton's jersey for some reason. Maybe Burton. Maybe Burton's got good chat. Maybe he's got goat chat and they're really under the skin.
Oh, Matty Jerton.
Yeah, old Jertsy. But anything else? What do you got? Because I got nothing. I've just really
limping.
put my emotions on paper about the pathetic state of the camp,
No, that
the
was
selection process, the coaching. What else? The efforts. I think, yeah, from Luai, Talakai, pathetic. And because he's saying he didn't know how he kept his spot, and it really showed that he thought that. He's really showing the people his thoughts
Yeah.
by dropping that.
through his performance.
Why are you running like this? 2 meters out from your line with the ball.
And he's made sure that
Hold it.
he probably won't be picked again.
Yeah, he's hit a
I
monster
hope
sea line
he
holding
doesn't.
it with one hand. What are you up to? Oh my
Cool.
god. Yeah, have we got anything else?
I think we're going to touch on the All Blacks.
No, we'll leave the All Blacks. They're a pathetic joke. Absolute pathetic.
But just a couple of things I've seen. Obviously, well, I think you probably know about it, but Benji Marshall, the coach of Tigers from 2025.
Yeah, I love it.
I
I might
think
be a
it's
Tigers
great-
fan.
I
Might
think
be a
it's a-
Tigers fan.
I think it's a great move for them as a club. Like, for him to be under Tim Sheens for the next
Sheensy.
2 years, like, who was probably...
Arguably one of the best coaches.
Yeah, arguably one of the... Behind, like, I'd have him
All-timer.
all time with
100%.
with Wayne
Top
Bennett,
three.
with Wayne Bennett and Bellamy.
Bellamy.
I think he's and Trent Robinson in that same category. I think he's unreal as a coach. I hope Benji Marshall can learn from him and have a good.
And Benji Marshall's put some legacy behind that Tigers jersey.
Yeah, so
again,
it's going to mean something. So you're going to think whoever, but that's the other thing, right? Like Benji, over his time playing, has played with a lot of different players. So we look at the Tigers, and it's not a club that attracts stars.
I see
But
Robbie
Ben-
Farah's included in that too.
Robbie Farah's an assistant coach as well. Yeah, he'll probably be. Oh, he's been the assistant coach.
Already?
Yeah, last
okay.
year,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
year I think as well.
So he's helped toss up that pathetic...
But like if you look at it, and Benji Marshall's a coach, and you think about like players saying, "Oh, I only signed to go there because of who was coaching there," he's going to be able to attract some people and
Yeah.
say, "Hey, like go and play for me. This is what."
Just like Wayne Bennett's attracting absolute megastars like Jermaine Osako, O'Sullivan, like just these mega stars. What's that forward's name? White dude,
Mark Nichols.
Mark Nichols, megastar of the game. You know what I mean? So you're right. Coaches can really rip in these.
But I think it's a bit different in that
Mark
sense. As it's a
Nichols.
New
club, and it's like to leave the
It
club
is
that
risky.
you're at. It is risky, but like I think that's a positive for the Tigers. As Benji obviously coaching from 2025. He's signed a 5-year deal, so
from 2025.
Yeah, so it'll be till 2030. So he'll
Oh
have.
wow!
He's got a fair bit of time to
Potential Kiwis coach maybe.
potentially,
You'll like
depending
that.
on how he goes. But like I look at Billy Slater and what he's done with Queensland and being in the system with Craig Bellamy and learning from him, like it can only help these guys to go on and be coaches. I think Benji's going to do a great job with the Tigers. I hope for him he does a great job and he can get them back into some type of
Anything,
Good
but
form.
not too good because the Dolphins.
that's the
We
side
need,
of it.
yeah, we
We're
can
on
keep
the
them down
Dolphins,
at Benji, because what are they now? Are they 16 or 15?
I
yeah.
think they're 14th. Yeah, I think the
14th.
Warriors and the Titans are behind them. So
Yeah.
Ew.
The Warriors.
Two
Oh
classics,
my
so-
god.
They honk.
I just want Dolphins to be better than Warriors.
yeah.
So
If
maybe Warriors 17, Dolphins
Hey,
16.
we're,
I'll be happy.
we're shooting for the top 8, right?
Yeah, actually true. I want a grand final.
Yeah.
Bennett.
First year,
Yeah,
I want a chip.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually no, I want to win it. Actually, no, I want to win it. So yeah.
And then the other thing I seen last night, I was just scrolling through Facebook and I seen Wynnum Manly under 20s. I don't know, have you seen this, Chief?
Is that Colts?
Yeah, Colts. They've tossed up a win against the Northern Pride. 100-0.
Wait, is this Wynnum Manly?
Yeah.
That's Colts, right?
Yeah.
Was that
Are
last
they playing
night?
Colts? Yeah, they played yesterday. And they've won 100-0.
Wow, 100-0.
What a defensive package.
16-0 at half time.
Oh my
Call the game.
What's the? Can I get a team list on that one?
You better find the.
Yeah.
Like you better find
What an
the.
absolute pack.
100-0.
100-0.
Jesus Christ.
It was.
So what would I
Insane.
look up to get the
If you just look up qrl.com.au.
qrl.com.au?
Cool.
Done it again. Go to.
Surely the score
draw,
is.
and then you'll have to change the comp. So go from Host Plus to Hastings Deerings Colts. You just there it is.
Oh my god, 100-0.
Yeah.
Against who?
18 tries.
18. Oh my
18,
God.
18 tries.
So
in
it could have been a 108
70,
nil
in
classic.
70 minutes.
70?
What do you
Yeah.
mean 70?
They don't play.
They don't
80
play
minutes.
80.
What?
So if we just go back up,
My
if we just
God.
we'll scroll back down just a little bit. If we keep going. If we just look here, the old Dolphin,
Ryan Jackson.
Ryan Jackson, the Dolphin.
What do you mean he's a Dolphin?
There's that kid that signed with JJ Collins.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Was he Dolphin next year?
He's a Dolphin next year.
Oh
so
my
he's
god,
part
so part of history.
Part of history.
That's what we want. See,
Absolutely.
that circles back to what we were saying about coaches bringing in marquee megastars. Ryan Jackson from the Wynnum Manly Seagulls, megastar. Deli M next year, I reckon.
Oh, close.
Yeah, he's
But yeah,
he's got a few points from this.
Oh,
Did
this
he
is
get
cool,
any tries?
Yeah, this is going to next year's.
he's got across in the 59th.
59th.
Wow,
That's my favourite minute of the game too. So he's
He
done
knows
well
how
there.
to. He knows how to please a
Oh no, they do play 80 minutes.
Ah.
Okay.
Now
Get
you
your
So
facts
now
right before you.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
so
now you're starting.
go do some homework before next week. Otherwise, you'll be off. Right, is that it for Origin?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I want to give myself my flowers.
Yeah, well actually,
Well,
well,
really-
let us, mate, because
Because
Yeah.
you've been
What
giving us yours.
what you've tossed up last week is obviously Queensland head to head, and you wanted to be wrong.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you were
You've
right.
got it on there, so.
So, and you also had 12-10, but 22-12.
Yeah.
Pretty
Ponga man of the match and Ponga any time. You've tossed up an absolute.
And the Queensland win.
And a Queensland
As a
hit
New
there.
South Wales fan, that hurt to say, but I've just nailed 3 of them. And then
But you knew.
And just off the back of that, obviously the 3-cap multi we had Ponga any time, Carlton 1-39, and Tedesco any time.
did you
And
hit
I-
If
Carlton?
we look back at it, no. So actually, just a bit of a recap on Carlton. So I checked the scores. I was watching the game quite closely. It's the third quarter, and they were up by I think 27 points. And I thought, we're looking good.
You've got it.
It's looking good.
Yeah.
It might have been actually it was 17 points. I think it was. So I'm looking at the game, and I'm thinking, okay, my leg's in the bag. That's cool. We only
Yeah.
need you to. I went back on at the end of the game.
Ah, shit.
And they've tossed up a 48-point second last quarter, and they've won the game by 60 odd.
Oh, my God.
So thanks to West Coast and coach's team for tossing up an abysmal performance.
Lovely
and that's
stuff.
actually what so my league was lost on the first just a couple of hours after the podcast was recorded. So I've tossed up an absolute dud.
A steamer, but myself.
Tedesco, yeah, well just hang on.
He was
hang
close,
on.
wasn't he?
Tedesco, I think maybe the first time that Tedesco hasn't scored in an Origin series. Did he score Origin too?
No, he didn't.
So he hasn't scored in an Origin. He didn't score in an Origin series.
So nice pick, idiot.
But you again, mate.
Oh, my
We just want to
God.
praise you. Ponga anytime. You,
Probably any time I've hit my leg. That's the first time. So each episode so far we've hit a leg.
One-
Is that correct?
so
Yes,
coach
I
hit
hit
first, then
Yeah.
Skip's hit. You've hit. Now we're going into today.
Episode 4.
Surely, episode 4, we can all hit one.
3-cap multi.
So let's.
To be honest, I haven't got my leg ready.
And neither do I.
So we'll make our way through that. So
I don't know who's playing today.
this week's...
There must be 3 games.
Why is that? What do you say?
There
There was
is
no game on Thursday night.
Penrith
Tigers.
Here, let's pull
Bring it up. Coach.
Because a bit of lack of preparation on the league. Because
Sorry,
my
guys.
emotions were so focused on the New
Rattling
South
through,
Wales performance. I really couldn't think about anything else.
Let's bring this up. Unreal.
Oh wow, he's finished off there.
So at 2:00 in 20 minutes, we've got West Tigers versus Penrith, and the next game is Storm Raiders, and the last of the day is Bulldogs Rabbits.
Is Latrell playing?
Yes.
Yes, he is. Also, young Tonomapia on the
Can I
bench.
see the
where
odds?
we?
Young Tonomapia makes his return.
I'm gonna try to go for a bit of a hot streak. I'm gonna go Rabbitohs to win. I know it's only paying $1.45, but that's my league. Rabbitohs to win. I'm trying to get the
Rabbitinis to win.
get the first 3-cap multi streak
What do we?
to win. Not by any amount, just
Just to win.
a
Just
lazy old
win.
Just a lazy
old
win.
$1.45.
Let's
Just
wow,
really
pretty
throwing the
good.
ball in your guys' court here today to try and produce some value because $1.45 is absolutely pathetic.
What game are you gonna go on? We'll go on
I
one
don't
each
know.
game.
Well, you can pick your one, mate.
Oh God. Let's look at the odds here, guys.
Yeah, sorry for the lack of preparation. It just really threw us off guard. Are we going any times we'll be thinking?
I think so.
Well, Jefferson Hastings is playing lock
Lock.
today.
Yeah, I've seen that. But apparently, I heard his manager was kicking up a stink about that, but
I don't know what to go. Let's
go on, throw something at me. Yeah, they just glassed the shit out of me.
You said throw it at you.
I'm gonna go with Hughesy anytime, Jerome Hughes.
Oh.
Fun fact, my high school friend of mine actually played with him in the under-20s. They played for Gold Coast Titans together.
Did they?
Yes,
That is
yes.
surprising.
That's actually insane.
Just an old
We
old school friend of mine. I wonder what he's up
No
to
one would
actually
know.
these days. So anytime was it?
anytime.
Jerome Hughes anytime?
Mm-hmm.
What do you got for me?
Hurry up. That's it.
I'm gonna go with the AFL again
AFL,
because I
another
don't
one.
see any value in the Panthers
Yeah.
Tigers game, and I do just a bit of a value bet. Tigers head to head. That's not my leaguers, but I think the Tigers can get up today. But that's not what I'm gonna back. I'm going with.
Are you sure? That'll add a bit of value there.
Yeah, but I don't want to let the team down.
Get it up just so you can put it through. We can see the odds.
It's
Is it on you?
yeah, it's right
Are
here.
you doing
If
it?
we have a look at,
Oh, yeah, he can do it. He can do it.
so we've got Jerome Hughes anytime. We've got to add in.
Yep.
At $2.90,
Wow.
so up to $4.20. So if we look around the AFL, I think I'm going to go. Where's disposals?
I don't even know what that is.
Neither, to be honest. What a great.
So a disposal is a handball or a kick. So every handball's one, every kick's one. And I'm going to go Ollie Wines from Port Adelaide.
Don't even know how to spell that. Olo.
Ollie
Wines?
Wines.
How many?
Over 29.5.
Over, Jesus Christ. Over
That's not
29.5.
29.5. Disposals?
Yep.
Alright, what's the final value on that one? Did you add it?
I was just saying. The final value is $7.73.
Ooh.
$7.70. Yeah, that's a bit high. We might not hit. Someone's not hitting their legs today, but that's the 3-cap multi for this week. Jerome Hughes, anytime. Ollie Wines over 29.5 disposals, and the Rabbitohs to win. Hopefully, we can hit one there. And just to wrap it up on a good note, as per usual, Chiefs feel good. What have we got for this week?
Coaches! You to the fans, apologise.
Hang on.
That's why it's
Look,
confusing.
I'm going to have to now put out a public apology on all of our social medias to our fans.
Yeah.
And probably step away from the podcast effective immediately. Anyway, rewind.
We just need to take a breath before we talk, because I've also called him Skip during the podcast. Now you've called him Chief.
1, 2, 3. And to finish on a good note, we've got Coach's feel-good moment of the week, as per usual. What have you got for us, Coach?
I'm going to start off with a bit of a honker.
Bit of a honky.
Yeah, it's usually my feel-good moments, but I've added in a bit of a honker for the...
Coach's honk moment of the week.
Coach's honk and feel-good.
Oh, we've got both.
We've got a bit of both. So, first off, Roosters. This is their third consecutive year where they've had two people in the same game get ACL injuries.
So
the first year, 2020, they had Radley and Verrills.
in the same game.
In the same game.
That was minutes apart too, that one.
Last year, they had Morris and Collins.
That was minutes apart too.
How do you same game it 3 years straight?
And this, just last night, they reckon Billy Smith and Sitili Tupanua have both got ACL injuries.
They've done the
That's
ACL.
what I've read.
Coach
They reckon
S.
I thought Billy Smith went off with a hip injury.
They reckon it's an ACL.
Jesus.
So that's 3. If it is true, that's 3 straight years in the same game. Cool.
That would never happen again.
And
I hope it doesn't.
yeah,
For the
Seriously,
players' sake.
two in one game 3
and
years
they've
straight.
also got hit with they think
I've hit a coach classic there. Sorry about
they've
that.
hit Talkeaho's might have a fractured eye socket as well. Also.
Oh, the trifecta injury.
yeah,
3 of
so
them.
There's 3 of them.
So that's coach's honker.
That's Coach's honker, but we're going into some good things now.
Because we need to finish off on a
on a
solid-
high note.
Yeah, exactly.
So we've got Bevan French in the Super League.
Bevy!
Old
Beverage.
Parramatta Eels player. He scored 7 tries in the Super League.
And as you know, the Super League, the intensity, the skill level is just unmatched.
Unreal.
Yeah,
It's
it's
unreal.
it's almost like it's State of Origin.
Almost.
So a record that's, I think it was 95.
Yeah.
1995 it was set by Leslie
6 tries.
Leslie Vainikolo. Yeah.
So
and
he's
he's-
got 7.
He's
How much
won,
did
I
he
think
get?
I don't know if it was 6 or 5.
One of the 2.
7's ridiculous, but watching the highlights, we all watched the highlights, it was absolutely pathetic, the defense. It's a joke almost.
Let's just say he probably scores none of those in the NRL.
Yeah, in NRL, he'd be lucky to catch the ball.
Why did he score that many the same way?
And that last one was a joke. He was surrounded by 3... surrounded, 1 behind him, 2 in front of him. Like, what are we up to?
And was there one on the side though?
There was one on the side.
1 coming over.
So he's just did that and scored.
Yeah, just good.
I've
And
got
then try time.
yeah. And then last but not least, from my own personal team, the LA Dodgers.
Oh, the Dashers. Oh, my God.
Their pitcher, their GOAT, Clayton Kershaw, it hasn't happened in
He's my
40
cousin,
years.
too. That's crazy.
Hasn't happened in 40 years.
No stroker.
Nah, so perfect through 7 innings in 2 games to start the season. So that
He's
means-
at it back-to-back.
No, it's just 2 games in a season. So he's been perfect through 7 innings, not been hit on base. That hasn't happened in 40 years, apparently.
What,
From
the
one
2
pitcher.
games?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Are
So
they...
he's hitting new heights.
And what? Have they just started the season?
No,
they've
they're
got
like
70
60 games through.
in there.
60?
Yeah.
What, one team plays 60 games?
They play
play like
130 or something.
Games a season?
Yeah. They play back to
Isn't
back
it
to
like
back to back.
6 hours a game?
Depends.
Depends on the game.
Jesus Christ. But anyway, Clayton Kershaw, sorry about that. It's a bit distracting there.
But yeah, 7 innings, perfect.
The Mantis. Are we getting another championship in LA?
We gotta hope so. We've got. I personally believe this is one of the best lineups in
Better than...
baseball.
When did they win it?
Baseball right now.
They won it in 2020?
Yeah, it's better than that. They're second and third batsmen, the batters, sorry, that are up. Freddie Freeman and Trey Turner.
Old Traderman. I heard MS Dhoni's getting a run.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
There's 162 games in an MLB season.
They've played like 5 straight games. So every day they played a game
2,430 games in the season, plus the postseason. That's not even included.
because they have different pitches to start, and then the batsmen just play every day. But unless you're injured or want a break or something. But Freddie Freeman has hit. I think yesterday it was. He's been on base 13 of the last 15 times he had been up to the plate to actually try and hit the ball. 13 of the last 15 he'd made it to a base. That is unreal.
13 of the 15. That's actually crack, because every time I watch baseball, they're always walking straight back to the dugout.
Yeah, and he's done 13 of 15.
So the Dodgers are on, eh? We're getting our chip.
Hopefully we get the chip.
And we have a parade this time. And let's just... We'll incorporate the Lakers. 'Cause remember, if you won it, they won it in 2020.
Well, they didn't get a parade. We
Yeah.
didn't get a parade for 2020 either. So let's just incorporate it all
Yeah.
in the one thing.
2 of them. So LeBron gets his parade. But yeah, are we wrapping it up there? Is that all we've got?
That's what we've got.
Yeah, I was going to drill into New South Wales just with a final statement, but we ended on a high note, so I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
All right, that's the episode for this week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.